The birth is going to be a pretty interesting thing to tackle. God, do I have to play the woman again? You know, that was pretty much the role, getting dressed up. I think my dad was like, "Wow, you look a lot like your sister."
So, you play Reese's son in this film. Had you two ever met or worked together before?
We hadn't, actually. But I'd had kind of mutual friends that had worked with him and spoke very highly of him. So, yeah, to get the chance to work with someone like that is pretty awesome, and to have, you know, a lot of great material to work with. I think he's such a generous, down-to-earth actor, and you know, yeah, I can't talk highly enough of him.
Now, I was actually reading a little bit about you today and saw that one of the first plays that you did in college was A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Yeah.
So, have you been a Shakespeare fan for a long time?
Well, both my parents are teachers. They teach English and you know, a whole bunch of other different subjects. So, you know, I was always being dragged along to the theatre, and I think I only played flute in Midsummer Night's Dream, and he's like, "God, do I have to play the woman again?" You know, that was pretty much the role, getting dressed up. I think my dad was like, "Wow, you look a lot like your sister."
Now, what's your take after being involved in this film on the myth of Shakespeare?
Well, I think Mr. Roloff and Mr. Emmerich present a very good argument for the Earl of Oxford. I think it's pretty clear that Southampton wrote the plays.
Yeah.
You know, not that I have any evidence whatsoever to support that. Look, I think it's a really interesting story. I don't particularly subscribe to that theory. I think it's kind of an elitist argument to say that a working class man couldn't possibly have written these plays. You know, it had to be someone that was an aristocrat that, you know, was worldly. I think there are a lot of great examples of people from humble beginnings, you know, turning out to be geniuses, you know.
Yeah. Now, you and Jamie had a little bit of a Twilight reunion on this movie, so do you keep in touch with some of your other castmates?
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to try and you know, get a hold of them. Everyone's kind of in, you know, different parts of the world at any given time. Yeah. Actually, it's funny, when you just made me remember something. When we were in Berlin, my brother came to visit, and he had long hair at the time, and he got mistaken for Jamie out the front of the hotel, and he kind of just ran with it, and they were all like, "Jamie," and he was kind of signing stuff and taking photographs, and he got on the front page of the paper the next day as Jamie Campbell Bower and friend, which was me. I was like, okay.
Now, are you going to be seeing Breaking Dawn? Do you think you will?
Oh, absolutely, for sure.
What moment are you looking forward to seeing on the big screen?
I mean, I think the birth is going to be a pretty interesting thing to tackle, but I'm always excited to see those guys work, and I think it's a really cool story, and it'd be cool to see it, you know, the final chapter.